Today I messed up by getting distracted and committing a HIPAA violation. I'm seriously upset and I feel a little like vomiting from stress. I love my job. I work as a medical assistant in a doctor's office. I also have ADHD, which doesn't help my attention at times. I had two patients, patient A, and then patient B. Patient B was very intensive in terms of what they needed, so I was thinking about them while I was checking out patient A and writing the appointment card. I'm almost positive I put patient B's name on it due to having them on my mind. This is a HIPAA violation. Patient A and their spouse didn't notice it, and I realized some 20 minutes later. I haven't told my supervisor yet, but I will at the end of the day. I'm terrified I'm going to lose my job. I can't afford to lose my job. I have bills to pay and I need my health insurance. Maybe I'm overreacting here. Some advice would be helpful. Today I messed up by comparing me 26F and my BF, 26M, when looking for apartments. We have been together 1 year and got over so many issues, but the truth is that he earns way more than I do. He finished university brilliantly while I had the intention of changing major but was convinced to continue by my family. Now I'm almost done and about to graduate with double diploma but have a part-time job as a telemarketer and barely getting paid to anything other than my studies and help home. He was looking for an apartment and I helped him search. Well, I found one that was a good deal but he couldn't take a loan yet, and that's when I realized I don't bring anything at the table. I have won awards in photography and love languages, knowing 5 right now, but other than that I'm way useless. I'm looking for a better job but it's not that easy. I'm feeling like he would be better off with a more successful girl or by himself. He never pressured me to be successful but probably expected more. I purposeful never mention how much we earn but eating the quantity he makes and how miserable my income is. I rarely feel inferior but this really woke me. He didn't do anything wrong and never shamed me, but I shamed myself. Today I spent my time sending CVs and applying to jobs, but it's gonna hurt more when they don't reply. Maybe I'm pessimistic and depressed but I am not sure what to do forward. Today I messed up peanut butter sandwich only diet. I wasn't doing this with any real goal in mind. I use the word diet to mean what I eat and not like paleo diet or keto diet. Word is a system with expected outcomes. I just don't want to spend too much time preparing food and I don't eat heavily processed food, junk food, or fast food, so PB sandwiches seemed ideal. For breakfast I would have 3 peanut butter sandwiches. If I got hungry during the day I'll make peanut butter sandwiches for a snack, and a couple before bed for dinner. I feel fine and I get 7 hours of sleep each night, but I've been having a hell of a time staying awake during the day. So I had to ask the Grand Overlord what was wrong with my organic operating system. Google, can you live off peanut butter sandwiches? Quora, fuck no, no vitamin C. Google, what are the symptoms of vitamin C deficiency? Among other things, fatigue. Guess I should fix that. $1.50 for a loaf of bread, $4 for a jar of peanut butter. I'm going to miss my cheap-ass grocery trips. I think I can keep mostly the same diet, I just have to add in some damn vitamin C. My research says that potatoes are great, so I'll be making baked potatoes and throwing in a multivitamin just to cover any other gaps that may exist. Today I messed up by sneaking into my boyfriend's house. Probably had the most embarrassing and pathetic moment of my life so far yesterday, but after giving it a day it's a bit funny, so enjoy my misery. Me and my boyfriend, both 16, have been dating for a couple months. The problem is that his parents are super strict, so he hasn't told them about us dating as they wouldn't approve of it. Regardless, we've still been hanging out together a lot in public and such. But yesterday his parents were gone for a while, so we decided we could go to his house without them knowing. So we were there for hours until eventually his parents came home at around 5 p.m. and we kinda panicked, but instead of trying to sneak out while they were here, I was gonna sneak out later when they went to sleep. So a few hours pass and they still don't know him there, but then I get a strong urge to pee. The problem was that the bathroom was downstairs, meaning I would 100% get seen if I went there. So I just held until about an hour later when I couldn't hold it anymore. I told my boyfriend and we tried to figure out how I could pee, but no good opportunity comes and I'm nearly in tears as I'm about to piss myself. Then my boyfriend told me I could just pee in a bottle in the room. I tried to explain how that wouldn't work, but there wasn't really any other choice. So in probably the most embarrassing moment of my life, I sat there trying to pee in a bottle while basically crying while my boyfriend tries to help and tell me it's okay. After finishing, the next few hours were filled with embarrassment and shame until eventually I got the opportunity to leave. He texted me the next morning, but I still haven't replied because I just have no idea what to say after that. I mean, what are you supposed to say after something like that? Today I messed up by not cleaning my penis for 16 years. So, this all happened when I was 16. I am 23 now, but I may as well tell the cautionary tale. So basically I was a horny 16 years old guy watching porn and jerking off. I was fairly late into jerking off and watching porn as I had only started around 16. When I was watching I realized the dicks in it looked different to mine, the heads were like a mushroom. Then with further investigation I learned that mine was different because it had a foreskin, and that some guys had it cut off, circumcision, or it was retracted. So after learning the foreskin could be retracted, I started to try and pull it back, but unfortunately the skin was very tight, and I could barely move it. I learned this was called phimosis, a tight foreskin. I decided over several days to try and slowly peel the foreskin back. I finally started to make progress, but I began to notice a white material under my foreskin. My heart sunk. I was super confused and worried. I managed to get tiny bits off that were showing and they were hard as clay. I thought it was dry toilet paper. But I later learned it was smegma, but unlike other stories, mine was really hard. Like no ooziness or anything. I kept going further and larger chunks became visible. It was like an iceberg, where initially only the tip is showing but there is a lot hidden underneath. I noticed each chunk was painful and tender to take off. I got further and further down the head, where eventually one shower, it slipped all the way down, revealing to my horror the most smega of all built up under the head of my penis and on top of the head. It was burning. My penis head had never been exposed properly, and with the shower water on it was so painful. But I kept pushing through to get all the smega off of the head. It was like it had formed its own map onto my penis, with indents on the head I still have today. Once I finally got a look at my raw penis head, the real horror began. The base of my head, like the mushroom edge part, was purple and swollen. And there was purple discolorations on top of the head. But the worst was gray areas on the back of my head, with the feeling in them almost gone. I was devastated. I could only guess that the gray part was for me sleep fucking, with it erect under my stomach face down, and as my penis grew the hard smegma was constantly rubbing it and damaging the nerves, hence the gray. The swollen purple was most likely from the more recent masturbation where I'd forcefully jerk my penis but not realizing I have hard clay rubbing the head. I honestly was angry initially, at my dad, myself. I became jealous of people with normal penises and also wondered if it hindered its growth. As time passed I got over the initial shock and discoloration. As years have gone by the purple has reduced, but unfortunately the gray areas are still there, although kinda improved, although the nerve damage I got remains. As a result, some sexual acts I don't enjoy, head being one of them. It either feels like nothing or gives me a plainly shock. I was getting head one time from a girl I met at uni, and claimed she was amazing at head. As she was getting into it, my leg randomly shot up with a mix of pleasure and pain, more so pain. We both stopped and stared at each other. We joked about it later, like damn, the head was that good, it jolted life into you. But I hate breaking it to girls, I don't enjoy it. It also affected how sore my penis was, like I was having an aching sensation in the head of the penis for weeks initially and after jerking off, although that has improved the most. Was like having a crippled penis. Moral of the story is tell your son to clean his penis. Or educate yourself. And don't take your normal fully functioning penis for granted.